Hey
Hi
guys!
guys, Nicholas here from the South
Hello.
Islands with
Brian.
what the heck?
Yes. So with Brian here as well, and today we have two very special guests
Yes.
joining us. We have Juancho and Aira from the Philippines.
Yes.
There's one. Juancho is a very familiar face, I think, to everyone here.
Pokemon TCG celebrity, I would say.
Not only on our local, I guess, shores or local region, but also on the TPCI, the international stage as well.
Correct.
And Aira also not a stranger to the Southern Islands as well. Has helped us out last year with some of the Philippines correspondence with Dex and all that. So really appreciate both of your times here joining us as well for this interview. So what are we doing here today?
Right. So basically, we want to get to know you guys a bit more, especially for our viewers in our region. And maybe we can start with a little introduction. Both of you, can you just tell us a little bit more about yourselves?
Ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first.
You should go first.
Put on the spot.
All right. Hi. My name is Aira. I got into Pokemon 3 years ago when Juancho started streaming on Twitch. I was the moderator. And my job was to kick out bots or people that say bad words on screen. And since I was watching him on stream playing Pokemon, it was TCG online back then. There was still no live. That's how I got into the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, I actually did not know that. So it's very new info.
Yeah, she's my number one mod, number one supporter on the stream. Literally, when I had like 3 viewers, at least I knew one of them was Aira. The other 2, I have no idea who you are. No, but yeah, my name's Juancho. I'm a professional Pokemon caster for TPCI. That's probably where you recognize me. Or I also play in the Philippines when I can. I also cast the Philippine tournaments too. So it's been a while since I've been able to play like in a big tournament, but it was great. So yeah, I'm a Filipino player, but caster for international. I also stream when I can on Twitch, Primetime Wizard TV. I've been playing the game for over 13, 12 years, give or take now. It's been a minute.
Awesome. It's really been a minute, hey. So you've seen kind of like the different stages of Pokemon, right? When it was really, really small, and now it's huge again, right? Like it kind of had two spikes, one during COVID, and then one somehow in 2025, for whatever random reason it is.
It's because the game is just so fun. In COVID, all those players didn't have the opportunity to play, and then once we opened up and started doing more in-person events, and I think it's also because of TPC's effort, the fact that we have streams now, we have more events, more products, more prizing. I think that helps out a ton. I mean, we have like pre-releases in the hundreds now, whereas nationals like 10 years ago, when I won Nats 10 years ago, it was like 50 people. So
now it's 500 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, that's a really good point, Juancho. You are one of the veterans of the Filipino community, right? You've been playing for a very, very, very long time. I want to dig into a little bit of that, right? So, what are some of the differences, I guess, in terms of, one of the things is the player base, if you've kind of touched a little bit on that, but in terms of the strategy, in terms of preparing for these tournaments. So, Juancho, what is one of the, I guess, biggest differences between playing 10 years ago, right, and playing now in terms of like the meta shifts and preparing for the general tournament?
Yeah, I mean, competing 10 years ago, again, is wildly different to competing now. Again, back in when I won Nats, it was 2016, so almost 10 years, give or take, 9 years. And there was around, I'd say like 50, 60, maybe 70 players. I don't think we hit 70. I think it was like 60 max versus now it's like 550, right? So back then when I'm preparing, I kind of know who all the best players are, right? And you kind of know, you're a tight community, so you kind of know what everyone's playing or what everyone's testing, so you kind of have a better general idea of what the metagame is. Versus now, you just have to prepare, I guess, just like a US regional, right? It's going to be a wide metagame. I can't say that I'm not going to guarantee who I'm going to run into. I mean, near the end, theoretically, right, you're going to run into the good players, so maybe that's going to help out. But no, it's more about preparing for the wider metagame. So it's a lot more practice now compared to 10 years ago.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. And for you, Ira, right? You were trying really hard, I think, last year and this year. So what is, I guess, some of the differences in terms of preparation that you had running into 2025?
Yeah, so last year, there were 4 representatives that could go to World Championships, and I was 5th place. And like the points that I was missing was like the difference between a second place and a top 8 in town league, like the
Oh my
smallest. Like the points was,
god.
I remember I
Oh,
was
that
talking to
hurt. Yeah.
Brian about the points, and now that was, I got so close last year. I, and so I thought, well, I got so close last year, maybe I should try again this year. Try harder than I did before. So last year I would, if there's a regional, I would play like 3 days before. I'd play live every day on ladder. That was the preparation. Or just a week. That's it. I'd call Brian and ask him for a play test or
That's right.
cash. Yeah, we would do that, but that's really it. I went a lot different now. I really asked Juancho. He wasn't helping me last year. He wasn't
I was
Hey,
in
here.
Portland.
call
Yeah,
call out,
he wasn't
call
helping.
out, calling him out.
So Wancho was more into the game this time, so I understood what the other decks were doing, really going through the matchups. I was talking to Clifton Go a lot, so Clifton was coaching me on matchups. He was giving us ideas on good deck lists, so it was a lot more preparation this year.
Oh yeah.
And so from 5th place last year, this year I got 3rd place. All
Congrats,
right.
congrats.
Third in standings. Yeah.
But now 10 people are going.
I know.
Yeah.
We overdid it. We overshot a little bit.
Overshot. Hey, look, it's better to overachieve than underachieve, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Actually,
Yeah.
so you did talk about deck lists, right? And I want to dive a little bit into
If you
that.
don't mind, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask. I think a burning question that a lot of people want to know from you, Juancho, is why did you decide to compete and not cast? I think
Oh, that was,
I'm curious. I want to know.
it was such a tough decision. You have no idea. I was like racking my brain. It's because I had like a pretty fire season. I was doing pretty well into the Ultra Balls. I think even like when I was counting my points, I was just like, wait, I'm in like the top 4 and I'm not even trying. Like half of the season, we go to tournaments.
Hey, it sound like
No,
you.
no, no. No, half of the season, right? We were going to tournaments, GBLs, UBLs, a Premier Ball, me and Aira, right? Whenever I run into my son or Aira, I'm just gonna give it. And that happened in like the finals of an Ultra Ball, for example. That's 100 points. Because the finals was between me and Aira. I'm just like, no, yeah, I think you need it more. I'm gonna eat a bye at Nats because I'm not even gonna play. I was
Yeah.
even telling everyone, but I realized that I'm pretty close. I'm like up there, and I think because as a caster for TPCI, I was putting in a lot of time. Like I want to make sure that I know how to play every single game. So I was putting in time with all of the decks, for example, and then I just decided, like I believe it was, I forgot what regional that was, Milwaukee, maybe.
Yeah.
I think it was Milwaukee, and I was like just sitting there, and I was just thinking so hard. I was like backstage, I was casting, and I was just like, I was talking to Chip Ritchie actually. I was just like, Chip, I think I'm gonna compete my Nats. I don't know, or should I cast? Because he's a caster. I wanted to get his opinion, and then he was just like, "Buddy, if you're already casting right now, if you can get to Worlds, get to Worlds." And I was just like, "Okay, yeah, I think and then Ira was pushing me as well. And the funny thing is, our boss, right, for TPC was actually visiting Milwaukee as well. Then, so I saw him there. Shogo was visiting Milwaukee, and then he was there. He was like in the backstage. I was so shocked. And I told him, "Hey, Shogo, do you mind if we meet later?" And I told him then, I was like, I think I'm gonna compete. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take my name out of the thing. We haven't signed any contract yet. We're still very far ahead, far away. So I'm just like, Yeah, okay, I'm locking in, and yeah, just I think if I didn't have a fire season, I'm definitely gonna cast, but
Yeah.
I felt very confident, so
No, I
worked
think
out.
that's definitely yeah. I mean, it definitely worked out. Hey, you have now a full sponsored flight and ticket and hotels and all of
Yeah.
it works. So congrats on that once again.
Thank you.
Well deserved. And I think that's definitely gonna that question is gonna be burning in Nick's mind for a while because this man played the Nationals last season, didn't cast with me,
Mm.
and then didn't make it. So it's just like
It's
wait.
okay. It's okay. This year I'm back. This year I'm back.
It's true.
Nope.
It's true.
Yes, yeah,
What
back.
I'm
Last
trying
week.
to push now is you cast our nats, I'll cast yours, right? So that we don't miss nats and we get to cast,
So
right? Both worlds.
So I was telling that to Shogo as well. I was like, look, I'm happy to fly myself down to the Philippines. I can cast the Philippines Nationals, and then Juancho can do the same thing here, and then or we can tag team and do Malaysia. And
Hey,
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
Minjut. How
and
about
then, yeah,
Minjut?
and Minjut, no, Minjut can tag team with the other person, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we need to get these cross
good idea.
national, cross border
Collaboration.
partnerships going on, man.
Okay, let's
Yeah, I
dive.
mean, as casters, right? We play the game. We don't want to miss out on events.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Alright.
exactly, and not to mention, the events that we do cast are the two biggest events, right? Premier
Oh
Bowl
yeah,
League and Master Ball League. You whiff one of
For the
these, it's
highest
really
point.
hard.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think in Singapore, Jeremy is probably the only one that I think got his it's third place right now, and he doesn't. I think he didn't get any like high placements in PBL, so he is purely through UBLs and GBLs right now.
Yeah.
But that's a really rare case, right?
I mean, yeah. UBL is a lot. It's like 100 versus PBL is just 150.
50.
I think I was up there. I was like fourth before the MBL, but I did play Premier Ball.
Yeah.
I just got disqualified though.
Because
Which
he needed to cast.
because I needed to cast the next
He
day.
made top cut.
I made top 32 and I got disqualified. That was first disqualification ever in
Yeah.
my 12
Nice.
years of playing this game.
Oh, you got DQ'd. So what happened? What happened with last year for nationals? Right, I got top 16 and then I dropped.
Yeah, I thought that's what I was gonna do too. The difference was the guy kicked me out. It wasn't my choice.
Well, there we go. That's
Also lucky. I didn't even get a chance to play Premier Ball. Top cut.
do you hear what
Oh,
happened?
I
with
remember
Ben?
that story. Yeah, it was his you had to go somewhere, right?
Oh,
Yeah. I had to be a Singapore citizen.
Oh
So I had to attend
That's
my
pretty
citizenship ceremony, which is on the top cut day.
All right.
Let's go. We are going too far ahead. Let's drive back into Master Ball. I want to know what deck both of you played at Master Ball League.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
we played Terror Box, but with a Farigiraf.
That's right.
Sounds like a very Clifton thing.
So was the giraffe Clifton's idea, or was it you guys?
Yeah, no, it was all Clifton. We were like, oh, we're gonna play Terror Box, and we just needed that one extra spice thing. And he was just like, oh, yeah, it's he has something. And because I was having trouble with Terrapagos, and because at the time who was it? Omnijo was it Omnijo?
Yeah.
He was like making it really popular on Twitter, so everyone started playing it. And
Yeah.
I struggled against that, so we just needed an answer for that. And the answer being
Yeah. He showed us the answer. He's like, it's good against Terrapagos and it's good against Terrorbox Mirror.
Yeah.
And we
Raging
thought about
Bull.
it. Yeah, makes sense.
And then it ended up being like at first we were testing it. We played it into a UBL actually, where we both made cut again, but we faced each other in top 32, which unfortunate. But but then
Nice guy, man.
we put in a little bit more time, and I think we found out it was even good into something like Gardevoir too. So that's when we 100% locked in.
Yeah.
That's when we 100% locked in to the Fergiraf.
Fair enough. Yeah, that deck is hecking complicated to play, man. Like I tried it so much. It was for me going into the UBL last weekend. It was either Terror Box or Pulp Bombs, right? And Cliff was like, of course, try like play the giraffe list, Played it really well for like 1 week, and then the rest of the weeks just kept breaking. And I was like, is it me or is it the deck? I mean, there's so many.
It's a really. I think it's the hardest deck I've ever played. Because there are literal turns where you have to choose not to attack and make sure you're set up, because if you extend, you're gonna have a hard time in the late game.
Yeah. The fact that there's so many one-ofs in the deck means there's a lot of resources. Sometimes you want to conserve for later on, and then so many game plans change depending on what prizing you have. Yeah, it's definitely one of the most complicated. We were banging our head against the wall with this deck, like even before rotation, right? That's how much practice we did. Was like 1 week before rotation, we weren't playing the standard anymore. And there was a UBL where we had to play Lugia. But before that, we were already playing Terrabox already. We did so much practice. We did like scenarios. We did like 10 plus games against almost every meta deck. And then we had notes on like why we lost that specific matchup and how we would play it differently. So we put in like a lot of time and
we put in a lot of time because we did a lot of misplays in the
Yeah.
UPL.
yeah.
So you went to top cut. I went up to top 8, but then I just misplayed. So it was really frustrating. And then the next day there was another UVL, went to top 16, and misplayed again.
Oh.
So it's very easy to misplay with the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
very
one,
easy
yeah,
to
one wrong
misplay with
move,
the deck.
then the whole deck, because it's like step by step. So you just one wrong move, then the entire it just can't continue
Oh,
after
yeah.
that. The whole deck
Yeah.
just crumbles.
Oh, you evolve one Noctile to one Hoot too
Too early,
quickly,
yeah.
and then you're done. Your rest of the Noctiles are gone. You can't find the rest, and you just start bricking. Yeah, been there, done that.
The fact that you
No,
like
for
you say
sure.
you misplay only a top cut, but you still manage to top cut again and again.
yeah.
Actually,
The first one we went 7-1, I think.
Yeah.
And then on the second one, I bubbled in at 6-2, and
I
you
scrubbed
didn't
out.
picked up.
Yeah, I scrubbed out.
Yeah.
fair enough. Does it?
We bubbled in Master Ball, by the way. We were 6-2, both of us just bubbled
Wow.
in Master Ball.
Seriously?
Yep.
And we both had buys. So we already had one free win.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
we just bubbled in, yeah.
It's okay.
And Master Ball.
We take those.
Yeah.
We take those.
Yeah.
We take those.
Okay, I'm a bit scared to ask this question. Normally, when I ask Jeremy this question, he will go on a 20-minute rant about the answer lah. So my question is actually like, were there any standout moments that you had during the Master Ball League, both of you? Any like particularly tough matchup, something memorable that happened? Can this be one moment, okay? Don't be like Jeremy to tell us the whole his whole tournament run. We don't need to know the whole tournament run.
Sure. Winning.
Agreed.
Very
Yeah,
memorable.
Yeah, for Ira?
I wonder why.
yeah. I wonder, yeah.
What about you, Ira?
Was that really your answer?
You want to see how I won? Watch the stream.
Whoa! Oh, shoot!
Oh.
So my memorable moment was so round 1 I got a bye, right? And then my round 2, so my first game of the day, I lost it to the finalist of Nats last year. But
the one
I
win moment
bricked
after.
too. Like I didn't open Fan Rotom, and he had Dragapult set up.
Yeah.
Dusnor. So I lost. I'm like 1-1, and I told Juancho I'm out. I think I'm out. I lost round 2. And then he tells me, "Oh, you've been here before." Like many UBLs, I lose round 2.
Yeah.
And then win out. And so when he told me, "You've been here before," I realized, you're right. I have been here before. So that kind of gave me the confidence to win out the rest of the rounds.
That's awesome.
And so yeah, I did up until the last round, but it didn't matter
Yeah.
so much.
So do you hear that, guys?
Yeah,
You hear the chat? If you lose the first round, don't give up. Don't give up. Just keep trying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, right, Wancho, you should tell us, how do you find someone, like a partner to play card with you? I think that's what we need to know. That's the real question. How did you manage to
So we-
convince?
bug them to be your moderator for your stream.
I try. I think my wife will
Find a
slap me first, though.
pretty girl, make her mod. She'll eventually
make her
learn how
mod.
to play.
Correct. Make her mod.
And there you go. Actually, if you guys don't mind, right? I think what I'm actually interested in is that does it help that both of you play Pokemon, like both on a, I guess, time management level? Because I mean, look, we're all working adults here. You know, Pokemon is a hobby, right? But does it help that your partner is into Pokemon as well? And does it improve? Does iron sharpen iron? Does that phrase work for you guys?
No, yeah. I mean, if ever I need a testing partner, right, against if I want to play against a good opponent, she's like sitting right next to me, and we could just go straight into a game. It helps too. Ira's like really, really meticulous in whatever she does. So me, because when I play, I'm just like, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna play like 100 games. Whereas Ira is gonna play 100 games and have notes and all that, and have it's gonna be 100 meaningful games, right? And that's what ended up becoming all our games. All our games ended up becoming meaningful, where we learn something from every single matchup, every single game. And what we started doing even was just
Playing the same deck.
let's just play the same 60 in every single tournament we played. And that helps where, oh, now I'm going to start grinding that one deck, and I'll find some text and I'll tell her about it. She'll write about it. And then we're both working on one thing, and it makes that one thing so much better.
That's
I think
so
when we
good.
started doing that, when we started doing same 60, that's when we got better results.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Also, I always want to play like silly decks, whereas Ira wants to play the good decks. So she keeps me in line where like literally I'm like, oh, I want to play Zoroark. I want to play the poison.
I always had better results than Juancho, like in the past 2 years. Like
Yeah.
we would play in a tournament, I'd always place higher than him.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, I don't, you don't understand. I'm doing it for the content. If I do well with it, I'll get so many likes.
Correct. It's all the content.
It's all for the views.
Yeah. No, but Ira kept me in check this season, and it worked out. It really worked out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I do know that you guys aren't the only two in the family that's made it to Worlds this year, right?
Yes.
Your son made it to Worlds as well, no?
Yeah. Actually, when you asked for the most memorable moment, I thought Ira was gonna mention that when Aiden when Aiden made it to Worlds.
Because they asked about our run. They asked about our run.
Oh no, they said memorable moment
in our run.
Poor guy.
You mentioned it.
Okay. I want to talk about it.
Yes, please.
So my son needed top 4 or better to make it to Worlds this year. He his only placement really was the Premier Ball, which was he got 4th there.
Top 4.
So he needed 4th again now just to maintain his spot, right?
Yeah.
Because they're only inviting top 4 plus 1, right?
Yeah.
He's the one I really put in time with. Like, well, the 3 of us really. You should see us practice. I'm playing 2 games at the same time. Really,
Wow.
I was like, I have a rolling chair, and I'm like playing with Aiden. Then I'll roll when I'm playing with Aira.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so we put in a lot of time with Aiden, and he started winning. He started his first game. He played against the
top player,
the second best in the country, the second best kid in the country. Then the next game he played against the third best. And I'm just like, why does he have to play against like like really tough games? Whereas there's another kid who wins the game because they're playing. He played against an opponent with fake cards. I'm like, why can't Aiden get a win like that?
A fake card. Oh my god.
Yeah, he had to work for it, and then he won 2 straight.
He went 3-0.
He went 3-0, and I was like over the moon. He just needed to win one more. Needed to win one
6
more
rounds,
to make it to cut. And I'm just like, then he lost the next game, and because he lost, I lost. Like the stress was unbelievable. Like I was literally going to throw up during my games. Like I was just thinking about him. He lost until the 6th round, and he had a win in.
So he went 3-2. So he needed to win the last round.
And if he doesn't win this next round, he doesn't make it to Worlds. I had to pull him aside and tell him that I'm just like, this is it. If you don't win this, you might not make it to World. I've told him actually, you're straight up not you're not gonna make it, unfortunately. So just give it your all.
Yeah.
And then once after the next round, when I found out he won, I was over the moon. I didn't care anymore. And after he won, I didn't drop a single game.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
All the stress went away.
Yeah.
I mean, that will do it for you, eh?
Yeah.
the source of your stress suddenly gone, and you're like, "Yep, I'm gonna win all the games now."
Yeah, I'm like chatting to my opponents. I'm like, "Oh, my son made it to Worlds. We're going to Worlds together." I like chatting. It's like 7th round, winning in for my opponent. Oh, it's so cool. It's like, oh, we get to go to Disneyland and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I was just like, I didn't think I was gonna make cut. I honestly, I didn't mind anymore. And I was again, we bubbled in.
Yeah.
So
no, I think you guys are the first family, like both mom, dad, and kid, who has qualified for Worlds, at least from the TPC region.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can guarantee that for the TPC region, and that's awesome. So congratulations to that.
Thank you. I think we can confirm it too for the TPCI region because I was doing my research as well. Like I was asking Chip Ritchie as well because he's like an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
And I asked Puka too. I was just like, has there ever been a mom, dad, son competitor? And no, from TPCI. So I told him, I guess we're the first in history.
Yeah, because normally it's like the mom and the son, or father and son.
Yeah.
Or the daughter, but like never both parents together.
Never both parents. Yeah.
The first Poke family to make it Worlds for TPC. Let's go!
So interview a segment coming up at Worlds, is it?
Probably.
I'm gonna bug the producer, that's for sure. I'm just like, hey, come on, get my family. Let's go.
Yeah. We're the first. We are the first.
First family.
First family, yeah.
We can go straight.
That was pretty. Yeah, after day one, we were so happy. After day one, we already knew that we were all qualified. So that was definitely. You're right. That's definitely the best moment.
Yeah.
In Master Ball, like day 2 was just a bonus.
Yeah, cherry on top. I didn't even mind. I was just like, I wasn't thinking about winning anymore. I was like, I'm going to Worlds already.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so I want to shift gears a little bit, right? I want to talk a little bit about coaching.
Yeah, something that the 4 of us. Okay, I only had 1 session. Okay, somehow I'm a member of this club, even though I had 1 session with Clifton. Okay, 1. But still, one, only 1.
So coaching, coaching versus no coaching. What's the difference?
Yeah.
I guess I could answer that because
Yeah, you should definitely answer this. Sometimes you started the game 3 years ago and you're at Worlds now. Like insane,
no, that's the difference for me. So I found out about coaching because Brian invited us to his house. And
how much commission
we went to Brian's house. When we watched the Taylor Swift concert, we went to Brian's house.
Because of Taylor Swift, we made it to Worlds. Thank you.
Tay, thank you.
So when we went to Brian's house, you, Nick, you were there, and then Clifton was there, and then so we saw how coaching was, and we were like, "Oh wow, that's the way to prepare for a tournament. That's not how we do it."
Oh, how meticulous!
Yeah, that's. So we got our eyes were opened after seeing that in your house, and it was by chance, right? And so after seeing that, we really got interested. I even asked you to connect me to Cliff, Brian. So, and then the rest is history. It's the result speaks for itself. I have an invite versus I did not before. So I definitely recommend it.
For sure. Actually, I'm curious, right, Juancho? You know a lot of players internationally. All right, so you know a lot of them coach as well, right? You know the Henry Brands, the Tort Red Clubs. So why do you quote unquote settle for Clifton?
No, because to be honest, it's a different format, right?
It's a different it's best of one.
It's best of one, and I feel like that matters a ton. And our metagame is completely different from the US metagame, even when I study, right? We drop all the control text, for example.
Yeah.
So we have more space, and like the 1 or 2 card difference is the world, right? The 1 or 2 card, that's literally giraffe rig for a giraffe, right?
It's true.
But yeah, so it's a little bit different, as well as the play style is a little bit different. I think when you're looking for a coach too, you're trying to find like well, with Clifton, right? It's a goal. We have a goal. We want to go to Worlds, and you want to win specifically in Asia. It's just a little bit more specific goal. But Clifton is like, I feel like Clifton by himself too is just on another league. Like I've been able to see coaching from other players as well, even internationally. But Clifton is like, Clifton will send you notes will send, and he'll
Oh.
send you like,
You've got the Clifton
this is what
notes.
to do.
Cliff notes.
Yeah, like this is what you do. Going second, turn 8 against this deck. I'm just like, oh my god, wait, that makes sense. And the fact that you have notes is insane. And Clifton's just really, he's reachable, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we're
Same time zone.
it's this, we're in the same time zone, and when we have a question, we're playing a game, and I was like, oh, we lost against this, what should we do? And Cliff is just another like head in the pot, right?
Yeah.
That helps us think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I can definitely relate with that. You know, like him getting me to Worlds last year. In fact, it's quite funny. I had a quote unquote emergency session for a GBL. I think 3 weeks
For a
back.
GBL?
Yeah, no, because I was like, because it's so hard to get into UBL here, and you know the Mew now is absolutely crazy, right? So I was like, I have a goal. I just want to win a Mew just for my personal binder, right? So I was like, okay, let me set the course. Okay, so I need to win a GBL, then I need to top 8 a UBL, right? So I one emergency session. The next day, won a GBL. I was like, okay, I'm done. The guy had 5 GBLs that weekend, and I was like, 1 GBL, that's it. Good, done and dusted.
Yeah.
So you finally got your Pidgeot EX.
I had another one. This is my second one. It's fine.
Honestly, the biggest prize is just the guarantee that you get to play in the UBL.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The auto walk into UBL.
Yeah,
Do they do that in Singapore too?
yeah, we do. So
Yeah.
so
Exactly
that
the same, don't know.
that was my goal. My goal was just the auto slot. That's it. It wasn't about the Pidgeot, man. And
Okay, we need to make a note here. Okay, Clifton, you watching? So we got big advertisement for you already. Okay, don't forget to bank into us. Thunder Islands account. All right, advertising not free, you wanna? But seriously, coaching does make a difference.
We should have invited him.
Surprise
Coaching does make a
caller.
all right. So do you have anything else, Nick?
Yeah. I actually wanted to ask, right? About the Philippines community, right? So you've seen it grow, right? How do you see what do you expect to see for, let's say, next year's MBL? Do you think the capacity will go even bigger? Also, I understand that the MBL don't allow walk-ins already, is it, or do they allow? I'm a bit confused on that. So no walk-ins are allowed. It's just max capacity.
Yeah. Honestly, if they remove the whole capacity issue, I think we would reach like 700 for this one, to be honest, just because
there are a lot of people that couldn't get in.
Yeah, like, and the fact that people were thinking, it's 575 like non-players, maybe it's like bots just spamming.
Yeah.
No, literally
515.
515, sorry, 515.
515.
Literally 515 players attended and played till the very end almost.
Yeah, out of a 525 cap.
Yeah,
That's
and then
insane.
like there's so many people we know that just couldn't make it as well, the MBL, and
just didn't have a reason.
Mhm.
It's sad because some people even like booked flights
Yeah.
already.
Oh,
or some
wow,
already
seriously?
traveled, like from
Mhm.
because they assumed that they could get in Master Ball because it was 500
Mm.
plus, right? So they already booked their trips.
And that's right, because
But-
Philippines is big. It's not like Singapore where you take a 20-minute cab ride.
Yeah, correct. It can be some random island,
yeah.
and he's already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally like didn't even occur to me. And that's rough, man. That's rough.
Yeah, it is rough, but it's also nice to see that we are hitting the cap.
Yeah.
Right? Now that we've hit the cap, because this is the first time we've ever had 515 players in one tournament. Now TPC knows. Now maybe they'll adjust the cap, because the fact that they're continuously learning, right? I think we started the season where UBLs were 80, right? And then they're like, no, we're hitting that very easily, and then it's becoming a very big issue where people are starting to line up. So they expanded the cap for pretty much everything mid-season. They did that mid-season, and I thought that was very impressive.
Yeah.
So I can only think of how they're going to improve next year when they saw this cap, how big Pokemon is now, and the more they improve, the more players, the more the community grows. So it's just we grow together. So
no, I think we've seen some very similar growth here in Singapore as well. Like just the other day, literally, I think the last Tuesday, right? Because I'm in multiple of like the shop group chats, and I realized it just hit me that on a random Tuesday night for casuals, right? we had 3 shops full of 32 people happening at one time. So that means we had close to 100 players playing, and these are only shops that I know of. All right, so there was another shop that had casuals on a Tuesday, and means concurrently on a random Tuesday night, we had over 100 players playing. That baffles me, man.
Imagine our pre-release, right? The for Destined Rivals happened last Friday. One shop, right? One shop had 120 people in it, all just doing pre-release.
And there were a lot more people that wanted to join, but it was capped.
I think like
they could probably reach 200.
Yeah, they could easily reach 200. I think.
Yeah, the walk-in list was about 200.
That was a midnight pre-release, by the way. There was 120 people midnight.
Wow, that's insane.
On a Friday. Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't think I can do that again. We went home at 5 a.m.
Worth it. Wait, do you guys get the bonus packs?
Yeah, we did get the bonus pack. Yeah.
You see?
Our son went X1 then, and he got like
5 extra packs.
Yeah, 5 extra packs.
Wow. Okay. Worth.
That's a huge W.
And speaking of Filipino players, right? Because I think a lot of our viewers don't really like. I mean, besides the Filipino players that come to watch us, I think there's someone that came to visit our shop. Casuals.
Shout out to Sky Mendoza.
Yeah.
Who's watching? Who watches this as well?
Sky went to GGG.
Yeah. So I want to ask, because someone came to GG the other day and it was like recognized us. So like, he was from the Philippines. Just came over for holiday, I think. Anyway, I want to know, and I want you guys, actually both of you, to shout out rising stars, maybe people that you think are gonna make an impact in Pokemon TCG, not just in Philippines, but maybe in future worlds or in this worlds also as well.
Oh, we have a lot of good competitors that are coming with us in Worlds, especially our teammates. Actually, we're part of a team.
Yep.
And
shout out your team. Don't we get the free ad plugins right now?
shout out to the Hobby Stadium team. So we have at the Masters, we have Earl, Chant, Leo,
me, you.
Yeah.
So 5 out of the top
10 Masters
are from our team.
That's awesome.
Wow, okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
So if they're wearing gold and it's Hobby Stadium, they're gonna make an impact at Worlds. I 100% believe that.
There you go.
Nice.
Wait, Leo, was he at Worlds last year?
He was. But because his daughter made it in juniors, but he didn't qualify then. So now he qualified as well as his daughter.
That's great.
Wow, another
Filipino family story.
He's the 10th slot. He got the last slot. And I faced him in top 32. And I beat him, and I felt so bad because he needed to win for his world slot. So after I beat him in top 32, his only chance to get worlds was if Juancho gets 1 or 2.
Because I'm second place, or I was third place.
Oh yeah, because the push down, right?
Because then the invite passes down, right? Yeah. So because Juancho got first place,
wow, so you were the one again.
You were so happy. I was also getting really nervous. I wanted him to make it.
And so when Juancho won, Leo ran to him and hugged him before
we did a photo of this moment.
He was happier than Aira.
Shout out, hi Leo.
Okay, I think this is the answer that we'll probably expect if I ask this. So for both of you, what are your goals for this year's World Championship?
Ooh.
Yeah, let I answer first. Don't need to ask this other guy. This guy, I don't even answer it.
Maybe realistic, day 2 because it's my first world. So my hopes aren't that high. I want to experience it. I'm happy to be there. Day 2 would be great, right?
Day 2 would be great. Okay.
Juancho has higher goals than me.
Yeah, this guy there's one goal, right?
What's your goal?
Yeah, that's a goal.
I either want to win the World Championships,
yes,
or at least place higher than Pablo Meza. One of those two. Those are my 2 goals.
I believe you can. I believe you. Number 2 you can. Number 2 you can.
So what was Aira?
Pablo keeps trash talking.
We just have a good time.
Yeah.
Friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
Friendly rivalry.
A true destined rivals.
I see that on stream all the time, man. You and Pablo.
Don't worry. You can do it. I believe in you.
TPC represent. Let's go.
Yeah. And if Aiden wins the World Championship, how would that feel? I mean, it's possible,
No,
right?
I think a better
Better
question here
than,
is
better
if
than
Aiden-
anything.
Yeah.
Aiden winning is better than us winning.
Yeah, 100%. If he wins, I feel like just the fact that he gets to compete already on this
Yeah, it is,
stage to me is like huge. I can't even imagine like how I'd feel if he won.
Yeah.
When he wins.
And I think the bigger question here is that if he wins, what's the reward that you're going to be dangling in front of him?
Oh yeah.
So I think the first time that Aiden won a tournament, Wancho bribed him with Robux. The Roblox money.
Hey, I
Yep.
want
And
some
then
Robux,
he
eh?
placed.
So he bribed him, and then Aiden went top 4 in Premier Ball.
What?
I was just like, Aiden, if you make top cut, I'm gonna give you, I think it was like
5,000
5,000 Robux, a big number, because I was just like, there's no way.
Because we didn't think he'd win.
Wow.
So now that
He's
you
not.
set the
He wasn't serious.
yeah, so
I
now
give
that
him
you
like
set the
a
standard, there's no going back, man.
So 1 million Robux for winning the world champ.
I don't know how much that is, but
Yeah, how
around
much
that
is that
range, maybe
anyway?
if he wins the world championships.
How many USD is that? I have no
I
idea.
don't want to know.
If not enough, I'll ask you to
Could be
go to
worth
10
it.
million.
All right. I think that's. I've got one
Yeah,
final
wrap it up.
question for the both of you. So you guys have made it to Worlds this year. What's next
What's
for both of you?
Oh. Well, technically, we're both competing in NAIC next
Oh,
month.
okay.
So that's technically next. That's before Worlds, though.
Yeah.
That is what's next. That's the next thing we're going to do. I mean, after this Worlds, we want to do Worlds again. We want to be, now that we know we can make it, we want to be consistent because we are consistently good.
Yeah.
This season. Now it's just to make it consistently good throughout future seasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just seeing us because we already enjoy playing and we enjoy seeing our friends during events and just being consistent and top cutting, being able to top cut even if the community is growing. It's always fulfilling.
Mhm.
It's always fulfilling, and it's a big bonus on top of having fun with friends.
Yeah.
I think the
So
coolest
we'll
part
continue.
about this. Yeah, I think the coolest
Yeah,
part
we'll
about
just
this
continue
interview
doing that.
is like, we've got a balance of someone who's like very optimistic and someone who's very realist. It's like this really good balance of two of you.
That is true.
That's why they're married,
Um,
man. Come on.
Yeah.
So if you notice our background, so I this is Wancho's stream room,
Yeah.
but sometimes I borrow it to do podcasts for finance because that's my career. So
Mm.
if you notice the books over there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's my setup.
This is-
Oh,
So
okay.
that's my setup because I just did a podcast, like a CFO thought leader podcast. So it's still there.
yeah, this is,
And then
this is her
this is-
trophy and everything.
And this is
Yeah.
Wancho's like setup right there.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
goddamn
and all my
Pokemon
have
stuff.
toys and everything.
Oh my
We're
god, I
very-
just saw that Pokemon Center. I was thinking I want to buy
Very
that, Actually, yeah, I was because I was thinking like, how can I convince my wife to play Pokemon cards like you? Because she's also a very serious person,
You have to stream, make her mod. No.
Yeah, no, but we're very different. Wancho and I, yeah, we're very different.
And we're different and the same. I mean, we grew up playing cards actually. So
Yeah.
we played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot when we were kids.
Oh, that's true. When we
Mhm.
were younger, maybe around 9 years old, 10
Mhm.
years old, we'd play Yu-Gi-Oh, and Wancho never beat me a single game.
Whoa,
Yeah.
seriously? Oh, she
snap.
she had the heart of the cards.
Well, we were kids and we misread this Yu-Gi-Oh card, and we were playing it wrong.
Yeah, she's cheating.
And then when we were older, we went back to the card and we were like, hey, wait, we were doing it wrong. That's why I won all the time.
Oops. Okay, sorry. One final question. I promise I'll let you guys go after this. Apologies for keeping you off so long. But the one final question is for new players joining the game, all right, what kind of advice would you guys have if they want to go to Worlds?
They want to go to Worlds.
Yeah.
I feel like if your goal is to go to Worlds, you have to start small goals first, right? Especially if you're just starting off, right? You first goal could be like, oh, maybe win a local, and then once you win a local, go like, oh, top 8 or win Great Ball, and it's nice because our tournaments are structured like that, where
Yeah.
it gets harder and harder, and the pricing gets better and better. Where it's Great Ball, Ultra Ball, Master Ball, because that's how it is, right? So start with like smaller goals and just make those, and then once but yeah, be positive and go like, oh, when it's Master Ball my Master Ball time, yeah, set that goal that you're gonna win that.
Agreed.
But I
That's
think,
important.
yeah.
Yeah. My suggestion is I think they're the ones who say luck is a skill, right? So again, this is the realist in me that sometimes it's luck too. So don't be too hard on yourself. Because sometimes you hit the bad matchup. Sometimes you just don't set up. And that'll happen in the game.
Yeah.
So just show up and
Yeah.
and be consistent, take the wins. That's my suggestion actually. Like don't be too hard on yourself.
Hmm.
Hey, that sounds familiar.
Enjoy it.
That sounds familiar.
Brian, I remember Brian asking me, "What's your points? Did you make it?" I'm like, "I'm 5th place."
And my response was literally, "Don't be too hard on yourself. It's okay. It's out of your control."
Good advice.
No, he sent his message to me was R.I.P.
Yeah, that sounds.
Sounds like Brian.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time once again. We've had a really good, I think, past hour with both Juancho and Aira. This is Nick and Brian signing off, and we'll see you guys later.
All
Take care,
right, thanks for
guys.
having us. Bye.